If a pair of Bottega Veneta ballet flats could stomp, then I would say Agnes stomped down the long hallway and into the cavernous room that is my office. Instead of flinging herself onto the gray sectional, she leaned stiffly against a drafting chair, clutching her phone like a sacred tablet. Her nails were the color of the accent wall, the carpet, and the cigarette pack peeking out of the purse, slung low against the thigh of her white capri pants. Celadon. I had acknowledged her arrival and was waiting for a response. At 32, Agnes was used to being the smartest person in the room, and it showed in the way she carried herself. She was an MIT graduate and a level 6 engineer at Facebook, making more money than a surgeon or a top corporate lawyer. Now she was wearing a mixture of scowl and pout. "I don't get it," she said, thrusting the ridiculously dim screen of her phone at me. I put on my glasses, which I seldom do around my patients. A text message from a man named Jason read, "Let's talk when you are back from your trip." "What's the matter?" I ventured. They'd met online recently and had just spent a lovely weekend together, talking, hiking, cooking, feeling. She was hurt and annoyed by his text and wasn't sure why. "What does this mean? How should I respond?" she asked. I could read the subtext. Why isn't the relationship developing the way I think it should? "You know about sharks? How they have to stay in motion?" I said. "Otherwise they die," she replied. "Exactly. People assume relationships are like sharks, that they need to move forward to survive. Well, they're not. They move in mysterious ways, or sometimes not at all." Agnes slumped into the drafting chair, rolled it beside me, and handed me her phone. We began to dissect her online chats with Jason to see if we were dealing with a shark or perhaps an animal with a better chance of survival. "I've got a story for you. It's my own story, but I've been a psychiatrist long enough to know that it's a common one. Over 25 years of practice, my couch has provided me with a window into people's intimate lives, their hopes, their dreams, and their worries. It has shown that we're all creatures of romantic attachment, not to mention the victims of epic dating fails. I've listened to countless colorful accounts of my patients' online dating, just like Agnes's, their heartening successes and their heart-stopping failures, the thrill of connection and the agony of rejection. So if I've got a story, it's only because you've had so many stories for me. Those narratives themselves have always been psychiatry's bread and butter. While medicine continues to grasp for the biological and genetic underpinnings of mental illness, which neurochemicals cause us to be depressed, anxious, compulsive, our stories remain a quick and reliable tool for understanding ourselves, available to one and all. In psychiatry, we call it the heuristic approach. A heuristic is a problem-solving method that uses shortcuts to come to quick conclusions. We can't analyze every synapse, download every experience, and sum up a person. We likely never will. But the heuristic approach offers us something else. Through stories and the way we make them meaningful, we can engage in a fruitful process of learning and discovery. Scientifically speaking, stories have a bad rap. Anecdotal evidence is considered by science a lesser form of knowledge when compared with cold, hard data. Feelings, impressions, unsupported theories, they abound in the writings of psychiatry's forefathers, largely dismissed today. Freud himself acknowledged that his case histories should read like short stories. They lack the emphasis on data that we've come to expect, the serious stamp of science.